Okay, introducción, 3, 2, 1. Hi, my name is Sebastian Cartin.
And my name is Kodi Hayes.
And the topic that we chose for this project is gender wage gap in Costa Rica and in the United States of America. The thesis statement that we wanted to support or reject after researching some information about this topic is that even though the gender wage gap is a problem for both of these countries, it has been more serious in the United States. So to start, it is important to understand what a gender wage gap is, and it is basically the difference in earnings between women and men. So as you may imagine, it is a kind of discrimination because companies are paying less to women just because of their gender. And this is exactly the first reason why we chose this topic, because this inequality between genders is a problem that is present in almost every single country of this world, and it is a structural problem of our society. And also the most recent events in the United States confirm us or show us that for some citizens, the racism and the discrimination is very present still on their border. So that's why we thought that this problem would be bigger for the United States. So now let's look at the main findings that we found during this researching process.
The question arises, why does it exist? Well, some possible causes are differences in the industries or jobs worked, differences in years of experience and education, time out of the workforce, usually because of maternity reasons, and some unexplained part, which is most likely explained because of gender-based discrimination. Ok, continuación, 3, 2, 1. Obviously, closing the gap has a lot of benefits. For example, if women start to earn the same as men, it will cause an increase in their purchasing power, which in turn helps stimulate the consumer spending and the economy as a whole. It will also help with contributions made to pension plans and the spending of pension incomes. Furthermore, by eliminating the gender wage gap, women will have more incentives to be more economically active, which will advance gender equality and will create a virtuous circle. Okay, finale, 3, 2, 1. But closing the gap also has its challenges. One of the main problems to reduce the gender wage gap is that businesses may not report their wages correctly, which hides the inequality that is occurring. They do so because they fear the potential risk of being perceived as less than fully committed to fair pay, promotion, and development opportunities for women. One of the obvious consequences is being seen as a less attractive employer and having less chances of recruiting talented people. The other reason is that enterprises have some struggle when applying the concept of equal remuneration for work of equal value due to the lack of understanding of work of equal value. This is because women are usually employed in jobs different to those of men, making it difficult to compare these jobs within enterprises, economic sectors, and industries. Some job evaluation methodologies have been developed, but there are still technical challenges when applying them, which contributes to the persistence of gender wage gap. With this said, what about the gender wage gap in Costa Rica and the United States? My partner will tell you everything about it.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about the wage gap specifically in Costa Rica. In the 1990s, women had an average income that was 20% less than that of men. On average today, women earn about 7.8% less than men in the monthly wages. It was found that Costa Rica has one of the smallest gender wage gaps in the region, and they placed third. Oddly, the wage gap is wider in the public service industry despite the fact that the industry has a high concentration of women. These women often receive lower wages than the men working in the same industry. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the wage gap specifically in the United States. The gender wage gap has narrowed since 1980, which is a good thing. In 1980, women annually made 60% of what men made. From the 1980s to the 1990s is where women saw the most progress in minimizing this gender wage gap. Much of this improvement was due to women's increased experience in education and other factors as well. Today, very little progress has been seen in the last 2 decades, unfortunately. In 2017, women made about 80 cents for every dollar that men made. And in 2018, women made about 85 cents for every dollar that men made. It was found that the wage gap is smaller for people aged 25 to 34 than for all workers aged 16 and older. In a survey conducted by Pew Research Center, 42% of working women said that they have experienced gender discrimination in the workplace. Women are also more likely to say that they took breaks from work to care for their families. 42% said they shortened their hours, and 27% said they had to quit their job altogether. Compared to when women take off an average of 9 more weeks for family leave, and a fourth of those women say their leave had a negative impact on their career.
Okay, so now that we have heard some of the main findings and some of the data comparing the case of Costa Rica with the United States, what can we conclude? Okay, so first of all, on average, comparing all the countries of the world, women earn 20.5% less than men. So that's a big difference. Talking specifically to Costa Rica, women earn 7.8% less than men. So we have more positive scenario here in Costa Rica comparing to United States, because there women earn 18% less than men. So that's 10% more than here in Costa Rica. And if we talk specifically about Black women, they earn 38% less than men. That's 20% more than any other white woman there in the United States. So that's a big difference. Of course, this doesn't mean that we don't have tasks to do here in Costa Rica. Actually, some of the recommendations for all of us, not only the citizens from the United States, but also Costa Ricans, is to raise awareness. It is really important that everyone knows this information. And always remember that if you keep silent, you are part of the problem. So please, if you realize that a man is earning more than a woman just because they are a man, if they are doing the same tasks, if they have the same job, they should earn the same. So please don't keep silent. And also for companies, they can do some trainings or informative speeches so all the employees can understand this problem and try to diminish like the factors why this happens, and also expose the measures that they are taking to diminish or delete completely this problem. So thank you so much for listening. We hope that this information was very interesting and helpful for you.